Gulf Coast Weather Solutions is sponsored by.
At Gulf Coast Weather Solutions, we focus on delivering reliable weather forecasts. Our new app provides reliable weather updates and alerts no matter where you are. With real-time weather alerts and warnings, you can stay informed and prepared wherever you go. Download the Gulf Coast Weather Solutions app today on the App Store and Google Play and stay connected no matter where you are.
Good evening, Southeast Texas and Southwest Louisiana. I'm meteorologist Lucas Bostrick. We're looking at our TAMCO live Doppler radar. And we can see over the past couple hours that the center of Arthur, really what's left of it, is just pretty much right around Galveston. We can see it kind of spinning there on radar, and not much rain to speak of that is kind of spinning around with it. All the rain is well out to the east that we'll see on our regional satellite and radar view, and mostly in the Gulf. As a matter of fact, this is sponsored by Switch Electric. We can see that most of the activity is in southeast Louisiana and east of Lafayette, and just the system is very poorly defined, as a matter of fact, and really it doesn't really have much of a center at this point, just some what we call vortices swirling around, and it's just a very poorly defined system that we have with Arthur. But nevertheless, it is still giving us a little bit of weather at this time. Now, if we look at our rainfall totals that we've had since midnight overnight, we can see that we had a lot of really heavy totals in Brazoria County down toward Lake Jackson, where it was about 4.1 inches or so. And then up northeast along the coast, we had some higher totals as well, around Baytown, a little over 2 inches, up to around Liberty. And then north and northeast, pretty much of that area, northwest, we didn't see much rain at all, very minimal amounts of rainfall. Regional current temperatures, if we look at that right now, we can see that we're running right now at 81 in Beaumont. It's 84 in Houston, 85 in Lufkin. Not too bad out there. Meanwhile, well to our west and northwest, it's very hot, where it's 107 currently in Odessa, 105 in Lubbock, and 100 degrees in Amarillo. Very hot out there at this time. Now, our current local temperature, sponsored by Neutron Electrical Services, shows we're running in the low to mid 80s out there, with a few upper 80s scattered around. Starting to cool down though as the sun sets, and we'll see those temperatures slide down just a little bit more. Now, current conditions in Woodville, it's 84 there, and they had 27/100ths of an inch of rain overnight, so not too bad out there at this time. Now, our tropical storm Arthur, that if you want to call it that, is pretty much centered right now about where I said, around Galveston, what its remnants are. And they've got the track pretty much coming in just due north at this point, and we're going to see it die out over land. We don't expect any type of reformation, and we're not expecting any type of significant impacts either. It's really weakening as it's essentially trapped in all this dry air. And we'll see on the atmospheric moisture that all this rain is going to be pushing on out of here. All the moisture and available energy going forward, it's going to push on out of here, and it'll be leaving the region going into the weekend in particular. So that's going to be some really good news there, and that'll call for a drier forecast coming up for tomorrow. It looks like we won't have anything much to talk about in terms of showers and storms. We could see some redevelopment for parts of Lake Charles and north of there, around Lafayette northbound. We could see some showers more scattered around there at around 40%. But otherwise, it should be fairly calm out there for southeast Texas. There's just so much dry air out there at this time. And that's why we're going to go with a 10% chance of rain overnight, sponsored by Silsby Ford, for southeast Texas, and maybe a little bit higher for southwest Louisiana, around 20 to 30%, something like that. And then highs tomorrow, much warmer out there, much more back to summer, with highs in the lower to mid 90s out there. So take it easy. There is a heat advisory in effect due to all the heat that we can expect. Now, our 7-day outlook, it calls for a high of 93 tomorrow and Friday, with chance of rain coming up to 60% on Saturday. And then we'll see those chances of rain begin to drop down Sunday and Monday of early next week, with chances coming up just a little bit on Tuesday next week. Now, Southwest Louisiana, Lake Charles and Kinder, we can see that you have a decent chance of showers and storms for tomorrow, but we'll see that the chance of rain does remain in effect for Saturday, and early next week we'll have pretty normal weather for summer. Make sure that you have the Gulf Coast Weather Solutions app on your phone if you don't already. It's available on iOS and Google Play. Gives you the latest weather updates to keep you well informed of what's going on with the tropics. If you have it on your phone, you probably got a lot of tropical weather advisories and tropical storm warnings depending on where you're located. So definitely something good to have in the event we have a lot of activity. But also check out our YouTube channel at youtube.com/Gulf Coast WX and our Facebook page where we post additional weather updates for you here at Gulf Coast Weather Solutions. All right, everyone, have a good evening and check out Johnny's forecast in the morning.